Hello and welcome to Maxine's Corner. Welcome everyone. I'm so excited about this live. Let me get the Instagram people on board right here. Woo! Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to Maxine's Corner Live. Today we will be watching a very, very interesting story. This is going to be a lot of fun. As you may know, this live stream includes commentary and analysis and from the original source. Fair use. Okay, so if everyone is ready, we can absolutely get started right now. So let me turn this down. All right, so let's get started. Is everyone here? Is everyone watching? Are you guys ready? Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know if you are ready. So let's get ready to rumble in the jungle. All right, so let's get ready. This is a good one. I can't wait to watch this with you guys. I know you're gonna absolutely love it. And I better start getting what do you call those people? People to come in and make sure there's no words that's being used that's not supposed to be used on live. So welcome. Let's go. Oh, by the way, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you are watching from. Okay.
Oh, shit. SO389 dispatch. I've located the body. The scene's about 50 yards on a trail.
This lone cop just discovered a dead body in the middle of the woods.
What is that? Sounds like it's heading this way. Carving the blood of the place. 10-4, signal 7. Please send another unit to my location.
What he doesn't know yet is that the lifeless man in front of him has been tortured for hours by the twisted man hiding in this very forest.
Ooh, oh my goodness. I hope you guys are in and ready. I see Brooklyn is in the house. And let's go. All right. You know what he just found? A DOA in the forest. Okay. So you know it's on and popping. Hello, Cotton. Hi. Let's get going. I hope you guys are enjoying. This already started off with a bang. Literally.
Whoever did this, that's fresh.
There's a little eyeball right here. There's some creepy shit right here.
Smell this right here. You don't smell gas right here?
Yeah.
Are they going to torch him? I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. There's something moving around back this way.
He carries 3 or 4 knives on him. He thinks he's random. You're what? I'm just like a god.
Oh boy. This is
It's December 23rd, 2022, and Officer Azure has just received a 911 call from a distraught man reporting that he's found his best friend's lifeless body in the middle of the Lake Jackson forest. Officer Azure, along with a group of first responders, quickly arrive at the scene.
That's my friend, okay, y'all stay right there.
Here they encounter Jamie, the 911 caller, and his best friend Robert, both of whom urgently want to show the officer where their dead friend is. Considering the serious circumstances, Officer Azure decides to follow Robert into the forest despite being alone.
I don't know how these officers work alone and do these things because I'm sorry. I don't know about y'all, but I'm waiting for backup. I am not going into the forest, into the woods with a complete stranger. Maybe they're trying to ambush me. I don't know. No way. Y'all know I'm not going in there. Let me know. Would you guys go in the woods with this guy without waiting for your partner? Or just waiting for someone else? I guess it's not like New York, because in New York, you don't work alone unless you're like traffic or something. But here it's, I guess, every man for himself, huh? Oh, woman.
10, 12 with him. Just give me a minute. I'm 10 with 12 with 2. I'm heading down to take a look. 361. If you want to come down, and 56 with EMS in the back. I'm headed down to the scene.
We're gonna go back that way about 50 yards.
Okay.
50 yards.
If I was going down this hill right now, I'd be so scared. I'd be going down there like, oh my God, where's my back
on the ground. There's no blood on it.
Did you touch the knife?
I did pick up the knife.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need to get fingerprints from you. Okay.
No problem. I walked by the tarp, and you couldn't see James.
Okay.
And then Alan walked by the tarp and goes, "What's that?" And he picked the tarp up with his stickers on his hand. And James.
I have to read the captions because I really don't understand what this guy is saying. I don't know about you guys. Let me know if you can understand or if you're reading the captions like me, because if I don't read the captions, I'm not understanding.
He was laying there face down, and I dropped the knife and we left.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to need to get a very detailed statement from you, okay? Just because...
I understand.
Well, the thing is, I'm not accusing you of anything, but you have to be ruled out. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
At this point, the officer can't yet confirm Robert's story, but with a dead body reported, he has no choice but to push deeper into the woods. However, alone with a suspicious man he's just met and a killer who could be lurking nearby, the officer knows he must proceed with extreme caution.
You think?
You stand on that right here for me, okay?
Yeah,
Let me get up there and take a look.
I just still cannot get over the fact that he is walking into the woods with a complete stranger late at night. This is insane to me. Absolutely not. No way. I am not doing that.
Which one?
Right here, plenty.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then please look in that back tent.
All right.
This is body camera.
Where's the knife?
The knife is on the left-hand side of him.
Okay.
On the ground. He's got a white belt.
Okay. Just hang out there for me, okay?
Yo.
Jamie was telling the truth.
Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. They found the body. I was like, why is it covered? I guess they covered it up. This is interesting. You know, there's a lot more to this story. This is about to go crazy.
Wrapped inside the tarp is the body of James Decker. He's lying naked in a pool of his own blood, covered in cuts and scrapes. Realizing the severity of the situation, Officer Azure immediately instructs Jamie to head back while he investigates further. That's when Officer Azure begins to hear some unsettling noises.
What do you think they are? I'm sorry. At which point, we're all heading back out of the woods together. I am not standing there. I can't, no. I don't care if I have a weapon. I'm by myself in the woods with a DOA, and now I am hearing these sounds. Are you kidding me? No, I am out. Now, I'll wait for a few other officers to come with my partner, but this cop is really putting on a brave face for this case.
I'm not sure if it's a person or I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. Sounds like it's heading this way.
Did he say it sounds like it's heading that way? Oh my gosh. But you know what? One thing we do have to understand with officers, and whenever there's a scene or there's something going on, if you see the cops running in that direction, I suggest you run that direction, right? Because if they're running towards where the incident is happening, you don't want to be there. You want to be away from where it's happening. So just remember that. Don't go into the line of fire like cops do. or any emergency service person. Don't do that. Go in the opposite direction. I know I'm good for that, especially now. I don't want to be a part of anything.
Hey, LT.
Fortunately for Officer Azure, backup arrived just in time, providing some relief from whatever might have been lurking in the forest.
Thank you.
There's nothing for y'all to check. He's cold to the touch.
Mm.
All right, we got knife right here.
You know what that means, right? Cold to the touch. DOA. Cold to the touch. No pulse, no breath.
Here, body here, tents, whole camp spread up back here. We've also got one outstanding.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's 2 people who live in this camp,
And one's not here?
and one's outstanding at the moment.
Did you find the knife?
Yeah.
I got a knife right here.
No blood on it,
Well, there's something right there.
So
But-
this could be a crime
Hey, do you
scene.
still got those?
Actually, this could be a crime scene, so they have to be careful not to contaminate the crime scene, because sometimes a lot of cops do that, and then when the investigators and the ME comes in, all this stuff is already contaminated. So if it's going to be a crime scene, no one knows what happened, so you have to just treat it as a crime scene. So they really should be careful touching, looking is fine, but touching, even contaminating with their footprints and stuff like that, that could make a big difference as well.
2 guys, 10-12 up front?
Yeah, they're standing there waiting for us.
Good, because one that led me back touched the knife. So we need to get his prints and a statement off him.
Touch a knife.
The other one touched the tarp. They found out what was going on and they took off.
They done
I checked the camp and he's the only one back here.
I got the name of the person I was arguing with at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so, and I've got what looks like maybe his clothes right over there. So he's naked and there's some clothes right there on the fire.
Wow.
As medical staff arrives and examines the body more closely, they observe a brutal manner of death, blunt force trauma to the head, strangulation, and something even more disturbing, gasoline, found in James's lungs and stomach.
Wow. Yo, this is some serious hatred. This is some serious stuff happening right now.
Detectives are left with a burning question. Why would a victim have gasoline inside him?
Because they were trying to burn him to death. That's the question right there. They were probably trying to light him on fire. Like they lit the clothes on fire.
However, this would be only one of the many disturbing details officers uncover at the scene.
Hey, Seth, take a look at this for me. What is that? Is that just soot weared off on that, or? I mean, it looks awful shiny.
Where he has been stabbed, just from what I can see. But he is butt naked, face down on the tarp with his upper torso covered. Definitely not. And definitely somebody put him here. So I don't know what his face looks like. If he was stabbed in the neck or the face, the blood may be hidden by the tarp. I'm not seeing any obvious blood. Apparently the witness picked up the knife, and the knife has like a...
Okay, so then the witness that called 911 picked up the knife, which automatically, if there were fingerprints to be found, maybe they could try to get fingerprints off of it other than his. But if he picked up the knife, he already contaminated the crime scene, which is bad. So why he picked up the knife, I have no idea. I guess we're going to find out now, right?
there's blood on it. Yeah, the tarp's brown, but there's blood all over the tarp, like blood splatter.
It looks like, I mean, he was moved post-mortem. You can tell by the way he was dressed.
Oh, he's got his fucking leaf in his ass. Yeah. That's hollow down below, you see that? Yeah. That's crazy.
Almost looks like they're carving ocean. Missing the one eye. You see that?
Fucking nuts. Artistic.
Smell gas.
Smell gas? Oh, they had to cut that with a chainsaw, right? And it looks like...
You smell gas right here.
Yeah.
By now, officers were certain they had a murder on their hands.
Mm.
The injuries to the body, the bloody knife, and the presence of gasoline all point to one thing. This wasn't just a killing, but a calculated act where the victim had likely been tortured for hours.
Oh, yes. This is horrible. Oh my goodness. But the guy that called, he said it was his friend. This is all very confusing. This is when a lot of questions have to be asked.
With this in mind, officers would return to question Jamie, the man who had originally called 911, and what Jamie reveals would soon lead investigators directly to the killer. But before we continue, it's worth noting that tragedies like these could affect any of us. Take Yvette Torres.
I'm gonna fast forward that.
And he would provide them with their biggest lead yet.
So I heard arguing and stuff. So I go through the woods, go to this camp.
So you
I
left.
all back to the camp because, you know,
Right.
all these people argue all the time about dumb shit. It's been a while now, and I haven't heard anything from James or anybody over there. So I go over there to me and my friend that's with.
So wait, is this a campsite or are they living in a trailer? Are they living in a camp area? Are they camping? What's the deal?
Officer now go over there, right? So when I get to a certain point, I see a tarp laying there beside this tree, which is never there.
And inside is-
the tarp is I don't even know if it's changed or.
All right. Well, we're gonna get it figured out. Okay. Do you know James' last
Please
name?
do.
Do you know James' last name?
No, ma'am.
No.
I'm telling you, the person who did this, because I know who it is. Dusty McDonald. It lives right up. He just got the complaint this morning. Man come down there with the hatchet, threatening to chop shit up. Called it in, sheriff's department. They come over, they talked to him, they told him that they're gonna go over and talk to him to stay away.
And James is the one who called.
Oh man.
Who called this morning? Rick. Okay. Do you know
Rick
Rick's
is
last
the one
name?
who stays there.
Okay.
No, man, but Rick is the one who stays there. James is
James, Rick, Dusty. There's a lot of names to keep up with. Did he say he think Dusty did it? James called 911 and Rick live over there. Dusty, James, and Rick. All right. Remember, we got to get these names together.
a friend of everybody's, but he was staying up there with Dusty.
According to Jamie, a man named Dusty McDonald had attacked another man, Rick, with a hatchet earlier that day. Police were called, but were unable to locate or confront Dusty at the time. While this incident was concerning, it wasn't enough on its own to establish Dusty as a primary suspect. Until nearly every witness interviewed pointed to him as well. Eventually, officers had gathered enough statements to justify bringing Dusty in for questioning. All they needed now was to find him.
What do you think? You think they found Dusty? Well, okay, so it's 10 p.m. and it's 2 hours after the body was found. So it looks like they found Dusty. Dusty.
As police began searching for Dusty, other officers on scene would sit down with the two 911 callers to piece together a timeline. According to them, the day had started with unsettling signs that something was off.
We both went down. We live right here.
Okay.
We wanted to go check on our friend. He's wrapped up in a tarp.
Okay. Sir,
We came back.
I heard arguing earlier, right?
We know who was down there.
No, people come. People are coming from everywhere. Dusty did it. Don't forget what they said. Dusty and James got in a big argument. The cops were called. They're supposed to stay away from each other, but somehow they saying it was Dusty, man. I can't wait to hear what Dusty has to say when he gets interviewed. What y'all think? Think Dusty did it? Everybody else here does.
Argument.
Okay.
So I walked down through the woods. I seen Dusty have James on the ground. He was saying, you shouldn't talk shit about this, that. You know what I'm saying? I heard, like, oh, they just getting shit up, you know what I mean? But I never hear nothing from over there no more. I'm like,
You know Dusty's real name or?
Dusty McDonald.
Did you say that James called them today and said, hey,
Nope, Rick.
oh, Rick called.
Rick.
And said,
James was there.
when Dusty went over there and cut his tap, was
Cut him up,
machete?
threatened with a machete,
Yep.
cut his tin up,
Yep.
all kind of shit.
They called the police. I was there
Yep,
for that. I
called
was
the
there for
police,
that.
made a report, and the police just said, stay away from him. There's a tarp laying beside a tree that's never there because I live here. And I took the stick and went. When I flipped it up, I seen legs.
Based on these witness accounts, officers now have a fairly detailed picture of what likely unfolded just hours earlier. They also have a lead suspect, Dusty McDonald, a name one of the officers happened to be familiar with.
It seemed like Dusty is well known in the neighborhood as a troublemaker because that's the only way the officers are familiar with you in that sense. And the way this sounds is as if Dusty is going around terrorizing the neighborhood. Maybe. We don't know. We're trying to figure it out. Allegedly. As per this.
They already brought up his name, but Dustin McCormick.
Yeah, Dusty.
Dusty,
Yeah, that's right.
supposedly general and some militia come down there this morning with a machete and started hacking up some of the tents so he wanted to clear the area. Said he's Sigma 20 and off his meds.
They said Dusty. They said Dusty's the one that's outstanding. Yeah, they said this guy Dusty left from over here by later in the evening.
By now, it was clear Dusty had likely been involved in the murder, and with Jamie and Robert's statements in hand, police began piecing together the sequence of events leading up to the brutal killing. Earlier that day, Rick, another man who lived at the camps, had called 911 claiming a Dusty McDonald had slashed his tent with a machete while searching for a man named James, even threatening him in the process. Later that afternoon, Dusty managed to find James, and witnesses reported hearing arguing from the camp. When they checked to see what was going on, they saw Dusty on top of James, wrestling and yelling. It didn't appear to be anything more than a heated argument, so they returned to their camp.
Okay, so yeah, everybody's saying it looks like Dusty did it. Let me know in the comments if you guys think Dusty's our man, because based on all the witnesses and everything, it seems as if Dusty is the man. But I want to know what you guys think. That's important.
However, hours would pass and nobody had heard from James. Robert and Jamie began to worry and decided to go looking for him. And that's when they found a blue tarp covering James's lifeless body. Nearly all witness accounts
So the person, he was DOA and they covered him with the tarp. Wow. Just wow.
lined up perfectly with this timeline of events, making the next step for officers clear. Arrest Dusty and bring him in for interrogation.
3 hours.
Fortunately, since officers had begun the work of locating him earlier that day, they already had Dusty's address. Soon after, they surrounded the house, ready to move in.
I don't know if that's him, but there's somebody.
Wait, do you guys think Dusty's gonna go like peacefully with no big deal, or do you think Dusty's gonna put up a fight? I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go peacefully. But let me know what you guys are thinking. I want to know if you think he's gonna go in peace, or is he gonna argue with them, or if he's gonna fight with them.
Sheriff Office, put a knife down, man.
Oh,
come on out.
Dusty
Come on out. Come on out.
I don't have anything in my
Okay,
hands.
come on.
Please, I don't
Come
have
on.
anything in my hands.
Come on out.
I'm right here, sir.
Come on out.
Dude, I'm right here.
Dusty.
Okay. Dude, yeah.
Turn around, put your hands on your back.
Dude, the man just tried to light me on fire, dude. Y'all know what happened down there.
Right.
That man tried to light me on fire, man.
It's all on surveillance, dude. Listen, Dusty, you try to do things stupid. The dog's gonna bite you, understand? Not even on, dude.
Oh, they have K9. Dusty, don't do anything. You know better. Those canines will attack. They 100% will attack. So Dusty better be in his best behavior. And the officers are very familiar with him. And you know, in those small towns, they all know each other. So he should probably already know the officers that's responding. They probably go to the same coffee shop.
Look here, I'm not hurt at all, sir. Sir, I just left my house and nothing tried to murder me down there and light me on fire.
Dusty's behavior would be bizarre from the start, immediately insisting that James tried to set him on fire and that the officers, quote, already know what happened down there. Well,
how do they already know what happened down there? Because we already know that the bad man in all these stories always try to paint the other person in a bad light. It all starts like that. He's a horrible person. He tried to hurt me. You guys already know what happened down there. He was the one that tried to hurt me. I was only trying to defend myself. The typical story. But let's see.
Whether he's trying to claim self-defense or is just completely unhinged is anyone's guess.
Sorry, walk this way, man. Yeah, dude. Sorry, you know what happened down there. That's what we're trying to figure out. Dude, man tried to light me on fire as I came.
Okay, listen.
Okay,
we've got one side, right? That's why you need to come with us. Okay? I know you are.
With the supposed killer in custody, officers concluded the disturbing on-scene investigation and began preparing for interrogation. If Dusty was their killer, given what had been done to the victim's body, it pointed to someone deeply disturbed. That suspicion would soon be confirmed. By
da, 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 da. I love this timeline. 4 hours after 3. As you guys can see, everything moves pretty fast when you're dealing with a homicide investigation. You do have to get everything. So, but they're just gonna interrogate him now. And I hate to use that word, interrogation. I like to say interview, talk to, see what you know. Interrogation, not my favorite word.
Now, Dusty had already raised serious concerns. He had slashed Rick's tent and threatened him. On top of that, multiple witnesses had just reported seeing him argue with James hours before the murder. However, despite how clear things seemed, there was one major complication. Dusty was claiming self-defense. He alleged that James had thrown gasoline on him and threatened to set him on fire. This wasn't a claim detectives could easily dismiss, especially given the distinct smell of gasoline at the scene, meaning there was a possibility he could get away with his crime. Even though it's clear who's behind the murder at this point, Dusty's story now carries a shred of credibility. Detectives have one goal: to break that story, either by disproving his self-defense claim using witness statements, or, ideally, by getting a confession. Either way, the investigation is about to get a lot more complicated.
The best thing is to really get him to confess. And I think what's going to happen is the usual, where you ask all these questions and you get this close, right, as the investigator. And then when you get this close to getting the truth, the person gets nervous and they start to get a little bit more nervous. And 99% of the times, they will stop you and ask for a lawyer, because now they feel like reality is starting to kick in. Oh my goodness, what did I do? They know what I did. I need to get a lawyer. I'm not trying to go to jail. So let's see at which point this person is going to ask for a lawyer, or really talk himself right into handcuffs. Let's see.
To move forward, detectives start by bringing in people from the encampment who knew Dusty well and interacted with him regularly. If Dusty had a pattern of violent behavior,
I guess the encampment is where they all live. I guess they live there. It's an encampment.
these individuals were the most likely to have seen it firsthand.
My goal here is to kind of get
from your perspective, kind of what you
It
saw,
looks
what
like
you
they've been
heard?
camping.
He ain't really been fucking with me at all. I ain't never had no crossword.
What does
He's always insistent. Oh, come up there and do your laundry and all that. You know, come up there and get a shower.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I can't understand a word this man is saying. So now I just have to read the captions. Maybe you can understand. Let me know if you guys can understand what this guy's saying. I didn't see what's on. All right, let's see. Now I gotta read that.
That's what it was. Come and get a shower. Come get a shower all the time. So I fucked up. Got a shower and get him $2 afterwards. You know, just a gesture.
Rick explains that Dusty often offered showers and laundry to homeless individuals in the area, sometimes charging a small fee. This catches the attention of detectives. These seemingly generous acts may be a part of a larger pattern of manipulation, a way for Dusty to assert control over the homeless community. It's a detail that could support their efforts to build a stronger case against him.
I tried my best to get along with him. You know, he had a shower that we all used, you know, sometimes try to keep him good with him for those reasons and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
Never, my wildest dreams that I think he was capable of murder, and that's honest truth. I was just over there basically using his necessities like we all were when we got a chance to, you know, in the shower, usually offered it. That's his way of making friends with us, I think. I had stayed with him before and he kicked me out. I thought I was on a night, so I was taking pictures of him and stuff like that with my phone. I didn't even have a phone, man. Like, I saw you taking pictures of me with your phone. I said, I don't even have a phone. He said, you gotta go. So I left. That's that.
Well, it seems like Dusty has some kind of issues, right? He is trying to help. What it seems like he's helping the homeless guys. But from what the investigators are saying, it seems as if he's using the fact that he has a shower, he has laundry against them. Then he's accusing this guy of taking pictures of him when he's not paying attention.
Dusty lives in a house near the homeless camps, a property owned by his grandfather. At first, much like Rick, Busby describes Dusty as someone who seems generous, allowing members of the homeless camp to use his home for basic amenities. As investigators continue interviewing members of the homeless community, a more troubling picture of Dusty begins to emerge. He has a history of strange and violent behavior marked by paranoia and delusions. However,
yeah, you knew he had some delusional thoughts when he was telling the guy that you're taking pictures of me, and the guy's like, I don't even have a phone. What are you talking about? How can I be taking pictures of you when I don't even have a phone? And he told him to get out. Good he did, because his faith probably could have been sealed like this other guy here.
officers face a challenge. The interviews so far have been too vague, highlighting patterns of behavior but lacking concrete details to build a solid case. This leads detectives back to Jamie, the original 911 caller and the person with the clearest recollection of events so far. And he's able to offer meaningful insight into who Dusty really is.
Mr. Allen, my role here in all this, it's just kind of to get from your perspective, your side of things, what you saw, what you observed.
Man came to my camp last night. I used to stay up there with him. He's a violent person.
Okay.
This papa always wanted to let me stay there because he's the one that owns the property. The reason I don't stay there is because you don't do what he says, and he gets all angry and threatens you, and he just crazy shit. I said, well,
What does he usually carry?
he ain't got a stick this time. But he's either got a stick, a machete, or knife. He carries like 3 or 4 knives on him. Machete, sticks, he's like...
Wow, well, don't forget they said he's paranoid. They are living in a homeless entrapment, and who knows who could attack you. So to me, him carrying those things is not really anything suspicious yet. It's just someone who seems paranoid, right? Because they said he's very paranoid. But paranoia could cause you to do a lot of things.
Thinks he's Rambo.
While Dusty had a reputation as a bully who routinely harassed the homeless community, no one expected his behavior to escalate to cold-blooded murder. His so-called generosity, offering his home for showers and laundry, masked a deeper need for control and manipulation. The same people he claimed to help were also the ones he intimidated and threatened, revealing a warped sense of power and superiority. In the end, this contradiction may have set the stage for the gruesome murder.
Well, who else is he going to control? These poor, innocent, homeless people, they need showers, they need a warm bed sometimes, and they go to him for help. And now he feels maybe he's superior to them. So there you have it.
When Dusty was brought in for questioning, his demeanor was strangely calm. At this point, he seems to believe that he is seen as a victim of an attack by this homeless man. He didn't seem like he was in his right mind at all. Detectives were hoping to learn about Dusty's side of the story, but instead were met with, well, a lot of nonsense.
Oh, geez. Let me prepare myself for this. A lot of nonsense. That means that he is just rambling on about stuff that has nothing to do with the case, or, excuse me, something that annoys him. Don't forget, all this stuff has to be typed up. But at this point, I will just put rambled on about stuff, and that's it. Unless it's important to the case, I'm not putting it in there. Can't type every single word. It's crazy.
You know I'm an owl, right? You're what? You know I'm an owl, right? Okay. You know what that means, right? Yes, sir, I do. Okay, thank you. Golly. Thank you. This has been a really hard day. Sir, I waived all rights a long time ago.
Oh, he waived all his rights. He waived all his rights. He don't need no lawyer. He waived his rights. So, I mean, is he gonna talk himself into handcuffs? Let's see. He waived his rights, so see if they get what they want through this one.
You know, I still have a great sense of innocence within me. If it ain't obvious to you this time.
Throughout his interrogation, Dusty's responses are filled with incoherent delusions and deflections. In Dusty's mind, he's, quote, an owl, constantly watched, monitored, and under surveillance. It's clear that without his medication, his schizophrenia is spiraling out of control.
And I'm handling it remarkably well. Jesus, man, that was some crazy shit. And to still be able to get us some.
He needs his medication, and I'm thinking that schizophrenia, that he's hearing voices in his head, he's delusional. He probably thinks that these homeless guys are out to get him, and in his mind, he's protecting himself from them before they attack him. Schizophrenia is no joke. So far, a lot of these cases I've seen, a lot of these guys, they have schizophrenia, they're not taking their medications, or they start taking their meds and then they stop because they started feeling good. And that happens to a lot of people. A lot of people.
Usable intel, you know, you'll get why staying at that place is so dangerous for me. I know a lot of trust is getting to me or like that, but man, thank you for saying a bit talk about this.
Dusty seems to believe he's outsmarted the cops, thinking he's there to provide valuable intel as the victim. But he will soon find out that he's actually a suspect in the cold-blooded murder of an innocent man.
I haven't shed a tear all day, you know. I've been going hard, you know. I'm so exhausted. How long have you done it? What, this kind of work? Not very long. That was my first. I think everybody knows that from the get-go. You know, thank you for this deep psychological diagnosis. It's helped them a lot. Good.
Listening closely to Dusty's words, it seems as if he's openly admitting to the murder. Although his statement is scattered and unclear, it gives detectives the impression that he's acknowledging responsibility.
It doesn't sound like he's saying that he did anything. I don't know where the narrator is getting that from. I gotta listen, but I don't think that's what he's saying. Maybe I'm not hearing right, but I'm trying to read these things here, and it's so hard to keep up with these accents. I know it's just a southern accent, but it's a very deep southern accent, very strong and deep, okay? I'm a New Yorker.
Without fully grasping the seriousness of his actions. But Dusty's bizarre admissions wouldn't stop there as he continues rambling incoherently.
I was brushing, and then he tried to get gasoline on me because you saw how I was pulled up and down there. Dude, I thought I was just doing it for the other. You know what I mean? Because that was my intention. Anybody knows this. I then managed to hit that Neo UI and come out like that. I don't know how I do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, when I'm just experimenting in the house with blades, like before back when I took the butcher knife and threw it in curved, like I mean, I don't know how I do it, sir. I just know with my beautiful mind that it's a three-way. Yeah. You know, it's the photographic, the audiogenic intake, and then the living intake. Yeah. You know, if y'all don't ever think I'm so amazed that I'm just like, God, man, I never thought it would be something like that, but my God, what that thing was.
While Dusty's ramblings could be interpreted as an admission that James was his—
No, it's not an interpretation of that. It's either he's going to say he did it or he's not. And I'm not getting that. I'm just getting a guy who's rambling incoherently and his thoughts are all over the place. Maybe he's trying to put it together, but right now I feel like his thoughts are all over the place. I'm not seeing where he's admitting it. Maybe he's saying something happened, but he's not really pinpointing like, yeah, I did it. You know, his thoughts are like all over the place. It's almost like you have to take, it's like a puzzle. You have to take it and then piece everything together. But then you know that he's not all there. Because if he's like this, can he stand trial? No. He can't get questioned by anybody the way he's acting.
His first murder. The statement is buried in a mix of delusions about retinoids, his photographic memory, and other incoherent claims. The detective picks up on this and pushes further, trying to separate fact from fiction in Dusty's fractured account.
For me to verify everything that I can see elsewhere, I'm trying to. I know you're not mad at me. That's just, I don't want you to think I'm asking.
I mean, others like think my personality is, I can't talk to people.
I can do. Yeah, but I don't want you to think I'm being an expert.
I am very relieved that we were having this conversation.
Dusty claims he's not mad and that people don't understand how he communicates. This shows he might have a twisted view of himself, possibly because of paranoia, delusions, or mental illness.
Yeah.
What's strange is how calm and relieved Dusty seems. Most guilty people would be nervous or scared during an interrogation, but
no, really. I've seen a lot of interrogations, and the guilty people are sometimes, believe it or not, especially the ones with mental issues, they're very calm because they don't think that they did anything wrong. So they are calm. When you don't feel like you did anything wrong, you're going to be calm.
Dusty is different. He seems to still believe he's the victim and doesn't grasp the seriousness of his actions. Instead of taking responsibility, he thinks people just don't understand him. This becomes even clearer when Dusty asks one final question to the detective.
Will I be able to go home?
I'm going to figure that out.
Yeah, because am I going to jail or we're going down to dance?
We're going to have to figure that kind of out because how this thing.
He said, are we going down to dance?
Yes.
I'm going to come talk to you about it. Just okay.
After this bizarre exchange, the detective had heard enough to know it was time to wrap up the interrogation. Dusty's lack of remorse and distorted grip on reality made it clear they were dealing with someone who didn't fully understand the weight of his actions. According to the pathology report, the victim, James Leidendecker, was subjected to horrific torture before his death. His body showed severe blunt force trauma, including cuts, bruises, and fractures to his face, nose, ears, and mouth. His eyes had severe bleeding, and many of his teeth were broken. The injuries also extended to his neck, with with heavy bleeding in the muscles and a broken hyoid
That's
bone,
crazy.
suggesting he had been strangled. His torso displayed several broken ribs, and
Ooh.
internal bleeding was found in his chest and abdomen. One of the most disturbing details from the report was that James had been exposed to gasoline.
Yeah, I'm trying
His
to figure
skin
out how did they get the gasoline in his stomach?
had begun to slough off in areas, and a strong smell of gasoline was found on his arms, thighs, and hands. Gasoline was also detected in his lungs and stomach, indicating he had inhaled and swallowed it before he died. This made the murder even more gruesome. Dusty was processed for forensic evidence and transported to the Leon County Detention Facility. The witness statements, his vague confession, and the forensic evidence from the scene were enough to formally charge him. Dusty McDonald was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, and as of this video's upload, his case remains ongoing.
Well, his case remains ongoing. So he's pretty much waiting for trial. So we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully I could find out what's going to happen with this guy, because this one is bananas to me. This is absolutely bananas. Anywho, let me know your thoughts about this one. If you enjoy these videos, go ahead and give us a follow. If you're not following, give us a follow. Please stay safe and stay healthy. I'll see you guys next time in another video. And for now, good night. Good night. Good night there. And I'll say good night to you guys too. Have a good night.